All right, today is Wednesday, November the 11th, I believe, Veterans Day. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served our country and protected our freedoms. We need that now more than ever, I feel. Um, it's probably about quarter after 10 in the morning. The reason I know that is because I just looked at my watch. And yeah, I went to bed and it was fall, and I woke up and it was winter, probably about 4 inches, maybe 6 inches somewhere there. Snow we got. I'll venture out there in a minute and kind of go over that in a second here. So this is just kind of a really quick recap of some of the things interior. I put up a second beam there just because I thought that that would look nicer and kind of tie in with that one and that one. And yeah, I think that's where I'll stop. I don't think it's necessary to keep throwing those up. Plus, those are kind of a commodity up here. I have a bunch of stuff strewn about. Usually, this is the last thing that I do is do like a last video of the stuff I'm leaving behind. I have a bunch of stuff strewn about because I don't want to track it all back and forth, and then be in here with snow on my boots when I do the video. So basically, this is with the exception of the things on the table right there. The propane is staying, the matches are staying, obviously, but with the exception of those things, that's kind of what we're left with. So not so bad. The head on the broom busted when I was sweeping off the truck, and that thing's pretty old. I think we got it when we got the house, actually, so I will be replacing that. I'll leave that up here though because the little hand one's not so bad to have. Got a good little stack of wood, so yeah, it makes it hard to sweep and clean this up. I need a dustpan actually as well. What I noticed once though was Bud had suggested, and he started doing this. He started prepping little cedar sticks like that, and those are a little thick actually, but they'll be fine. And then I've got some birch bark over here, and that's a really nice fire starter. So like when I come in, and if it's cold, and if it's not very comfortable, I don't have to go out and get wood. I've got all the wood that I need right here. I've got a little fire starter right there, and birch bark. And this stuff here was it was wet on the inside, so I'm just gonna leave it there. It'll dry out. It's all cedar, and then the birch log right there. I did have a log about that size. Let's give you a little scope here. About that size. I just threw in there total, like complete. I didn't split it or anything like that. And it actually burned up really well, long burn. So up here, what I'm learning is that up here, birch is going to be the nice thing to have. Pine and cedar, those are great, but they burn really quickly. For obvious reasons. Birch would probably be the best thing to have up here for some of these fires, especially the long cold nights. All right, let's go outside. So, that's like a dog. Let's go outside. Whew, it's so nice out here, and quiet, peaceful. So yes, I got the rest of the sheeting on. I had enough for that. I'm so happy that it's as far as it is. I didn't get as far as I needed to be though, and I am bummed about that. We'll get it though in the spring. We'll get it. I tacked on a little sheet of plywood over the hole. It's not going to be this is not an ideal situation, but it's a spare parts outhouse. So it's like, what do you do? So I tacked that on. The roofing stuff, the steel roofing is still underneath the snow, but over by the truck there. So it's kind of funny. Apple trees are all looking good. This chair, I'll have to dust that off, and I'll throw that inside here. But yeah, overall, it's standing after the ordeal yesterday. So I took the circular saw and cut it across there. I snapped a line, and that actually did fine. It's not a super straight cut, but it's a little tricky. But hey, whatever, it did fine. Put all this up here. I mean, yeah, I should probably clear out some of this snow, but Oh, yeah, the reason I didn't is because I threw all my excess nails in here and I never picked those up yesterday. It was getting dark and I was getting pretty tired, to be honest. So I left all those. You can see a bunch of them strewn out right here. So, so I didn't want to start sweeping and all of a sudden sweeping all these nails out. Yeah, so I'll get to those eventually. Up here, we had part of an adventure, and you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think. No, I can't really tell. But up here, well, a little bit up there, but probably from that end there to right about there or so, all my batteries went dead at the same time. So they were all just dead, whether the cold or use, and then kind of the combination of all those things. So what did I do? Well, I go, well, it's fine. I have an inverter. So it's just me. I just had a bunch of snow falling me. That was awesome. Okay, I had an inverter, and I was like, oh, I'll just plug that in and let it charge for a little bit. Well, for some reason, the inverter itself was stripped. The wires from that were stripped out. And I didn't want to deal with it. So I was like, I don't even care. I don't want to deal with it. So I just got the chainsaw out, and I just cleaned it up with the chainsaw. And, well, cleaned up is kind of that's a pretty generous term. Anyway. Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't want to go, but I really need to. So I'm going to start the truck, get her warm, crank up the heat, throw the stuff in the truck. Then I need to still go find a little tree to take home to celebrate that Christmas is coming and all is not lost. So leaving out here from the wilderness experience, refuge experience. I don't even know what I'm calling this thing. Whatever. Leaving out here, and just a beautiful November day. Excited about this. And got, decent amount of work done. Good enough. And I normally don't say that, but I mean that in a sense of, I feel good about that. Is it perfect? No. But you learn and you enjoy. And don't let stuff get to you. Just keep going forward. Because when you're in this walk, you're doing the things you need to do and should be doing, there's always a path forward. May not be very far, may not be what you want. We don't go backward, we press toward for an upward calling. Keep going forward.